How are you tonight? I'm trying to find my live as usual when I first get on here because it disappears. Welcome, 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 welcome. Oh, there I am. And then it left. Anybody else here? Hey, Becky, are you still here, hon? I hope so. Sandra, hey. First of all, can you hear me? Maribel, hello. Okay, hey. Mrs. His and Her Coins, hello. You can hear me okay? Sounds great. I put the phone, of course, on Do Not Disturb, and then I thought, I didn't check the sound. So I was hoping it would be all right. Hey, Gracie, that's fine. Just lurk away, sugar. Hope you're doing all right tonight. Dina, hey. Trisha, Sharon, hey. Sheila, hey, sweetheart. All of y'all are my sweethearts. Sheila, are you at home or still with your daughter? Dee, hey. Joyce, great, you're here. Wonderful. I'm so glad to see all of you. Hey, Laura Lee. I'm sitting here looking at the chat and not acting like I don't feel like I'm. I got to pop this out just a minute. Come on, computer. Hey, Tammy and Lisa. Yay, you made a live. Great. So glad to have you all here. I just love it when I have all of my friends here. Y'all don't forget the thummies when you come in. The thumbs up there. I guess I got y'all big enough here. Hey, Sandra from South Carolina. You're finishing up a blanket? Well, great. Hey, Teresa, Sparkling Hope Chest. Well, great, Sheila. You got home today and you went to Hobby Lobby's and Michael's. There's nothing better than that. You're working on a mermaid tail, Dina? That's great. Did I miss anybody else? Tammy and Lisa and Dina. Bridget, hello, hon. I said the other day and I said, did Bridget come last week? And then I get to thinking, I thought, I've got to find Bridget and see what's going on. Y'all excuse me. I need a little drink of my Coke. Gail, hey, that's just fine. Just lurk on. Denny, hey, hon. And Becky, you were first, but you ended up in an ad. Oh, my goodness, I'm sorry. Christina, hey, how are you doing tonight? And Mary Ann, hello, 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 hon. And now Dee's just going to make a whole list of names to say hey to. That's about the easiest I have decided. Just go ahead and try to get as many that'll fit in. But you see, on your comments, the little box cuts you off when you get to 200 characters or spaces. So you've been busy in the garden, Bridget. Well, that's fine. I knew that you were. I knew you had to be busy, but I thought, I just hadn't seen her. I've got to find out if everything's okay. So, and hey, well, that's fine. Just listen while you work, hon. That's perfectly all right. Just so glad to have you here. And y'all don't forget the thumbs up. If you don't mind, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, you run out of space in your little comment section, so I'll sit and be typing away and look up, and I'm way over this, so I got to go back and erase half of it. And then, I'm like, well, Glenda, hey, how are you? Who'd I see? Jewel of God, this is your first live? Well, fantastic. I'm glad you're here. Hello to everybody. Joyce, hey. We have two Joyce. Yes, I have to look and check myself. Jeanette, hey. So glad to have you. Just welcome, everybody. I'm going to grab something right here, right quick. I forgot to grab before. My lips get so chapped all the time. Denny, how are you doing today? I was so busy telling everybody, hey, I think I told you hey twice at D's, but that's okay. Just means I love you, huh? Means my mind's going. That's what it actually means. But I look back and I said, I done told Denny twice, maybe 3 times. She'll understand. Kim, hello. Come craft with Sissy. I hadn't seen you in a while, honey, or maybe I did and I forgot it. But so good to see you. And Viviana, hey. Michelle, hello. Waiting while she's waiting on ad. Miguel, in an ad. Jan, Alice, how are you? You did your thumbs up? Good. Y'all don't forget your thumbs up. Well, I'm so glad you're here, Sissy. Sweet tea. Hello, Amy. Hey. I'm going to try to let everybody get in here from the ads. No, Miguel, I hadn't seen it yet. I looked at Facebook this morning, and I'm sorry. I'll go look as soon as I get off here. Did you make something pretty? Zach, hello, hon. Thanks for being here. Thank you all. Let's see, who else was in? Michelle was in an ad. Sue, you're from Illinois? Well, great. So glad to have you here. Amanda, hello. Thanks for being here. And Christy, hook me up, Crochet with Christy. Thanks for being here. Thank y'all all for being here tonight. I went shopping yesterday. Of course I did. Y'all know I did. Cam carried me. We have ways to go now. I got so tickled. We had a wonderful day. We went and got us something to eat for lunch and set out it. We went through a drive-through and went out and sat in the parking lot and ate it. And then we went to Best Buy's, Dick's Sporting, then to Michael's and Joann's, and he went to PetSmart, and we both went to Five Below again. Consuela, hello, hon. So good to have you here. Yes, I had a blast. And at Joann's, I went specifically for 2 things. The first one was the line brand Mama Swift, Trisha, and Madonna. Hello. Line brand Nubu. I've showed some of this before, but I had to have some more. Silver Fox, hey, thanks for coming. It's pretty late over there where you are, but I'm glad you're here. I don't, long as you're awake, that's fine. Just come on in. This colorway is Dragonfly, and this is Lyocell, 100% Lyocell. I guess it's Lyocell, Lyocell. Let me tell you, there's 157 yards. It's an 85-gram ball. And I told y'all before, this is what they say is it's an eco-friendly production of Lyocell, a fabric made from plants, leads the fiber industry in terms of energy and water conservation. So, Cindy Harts, hello, hon. Thanks for being here tonight. I run down my list and make sure I'm seeing y'all. Bears, hey, hon. Bear Crow. I never can talk when I get on a live. Isn't that surprising? Bears Crochet Critters. I'll get it out. Oh, goodness. But I like this stuff. And I've got a cream color and a color that's a little bit lighter than this. So I bought 2 of these. And then the second thing I went for was True Boo. I got the boos going today or yesterday. Let me tell y'all about my True Boo. The color here is aqua. I just love this. Now this is bamboo, and it's 100% bamboo. I thought it was, but I wasn't going to say that till I looked to make sure. There's 241 yards, and that's a 100-gram ball. 100% bamboo, a light 3, and I think that's what this is also, a light 3. No, the new boo is a medium 4. I didn't know that. Learn something new every day. Crocheting House Mouse. Angelia, make sure I got this right. Sweet Melissa, hey, hon. Thank you for coming. Thank y'all. Oh, Glenda, I love bamboo yarns. And this new boo, to me, is a lot like the bamboo. Now, a lot of people say the bamboo, they don't like it because it splits and all like that. But I love it. I've worked with the Kobu and some different bamboos from other yarn companies, and I've made one of those little lacy ponchos, one of Bag O' Days ponchos with the True Boo back last fall, I believe it was. And I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. But let me show y'all the colors. Like I told y'all, this is aqua. Let me see if there's anything else I need to tell you about. It's made in China. I read a bunch about how they make bamboo, and they make it, of course, from the bamboo trees. I'm not sure exactly the process that it goes through, but I know the Lyocell saying that they're the new boo's Lyocell talking about that they, Julie, hey, don't think I said hey to you. You may just have got here. I'm just looking at the chat and trying to keep my brain going. But saying it conserves with water, I know the bamboo, the True Boo, they do have to have a lot of water to go through the process of making the, bamboo into yarn. Judy, hello, welcome. You've never used, did I say your name right? I mean, did I get your name right? Crocheting House Mouse, that you're Angelia. Did you tell me that? And that's me up there. Okay, great. Angelina. I said Leah, didn't I? Angelina. But yeah, I know it takes a lot of water for everything they do by chopping up the bamboo and running it through the process that they run it through and all kind of good stuff like that. Um, I forgot exactly if I told y'all everything about this, but I'm sure it's made in China. I may have told y'all that, but this is a line brand product, and I'm not affiliated anyway with Line Brand, but I do love their yarns. Most of them, I think that I've tried. Susan, hello. And Viviana, you said that you've never used bamboo. Oh, I love it, y'all. And this, though, is a light 3. If, those of you that might not like a light. Sharon, I said hey to you, didn't I, sweetheart? Sharon Henderson. If I didn't, hello. And Susan Romanelli, hey. I'll have to say hey 2 or 3 times. I put on my green tonight. Madonna, I'm sorry, but green isn't a color that I wear a lot. I like green, nothing, but that just isn't one of the colors, I guess, that I'm just plain green. Now, different variances of green I love, but this green I don't wear an awful lot. But I put it on for St. Patrick's Day on Wednesday. um, but I did get this aqua. I got 2 skeins of each of them. And then I got this color, which is scarlet, I think. Yes, scarlet. It looks orangey, and I know in the camera, my camera, it looks orangey, but in person, it looks orangey. I thought it was going to be more of a red, but it's a orangey red, but I like it. It's pretty, whichever it is. Sue Townsend, I won't get the last name right. Welcome. Thanks so much for being here. Jax, I missed you up there, sweetheart. Will you lurk or talk or do whatever you want, Sugar Pie? That's fine with me. Y'all don't forget the thumbs up. Yes, Miguel, it looks like a deep coral. It's got in there, it's got just a tinge of reddish, but being named Scarlet, I just kind of thought, well, that's red, but it wasn't red like. I also got their coral, which is a light coral, and I did put these 2 together, and they do go together. This one being the lighter than this, but I don't know why they named that Scarlet. That just wasn't, I wouldn't have named it that, but they didn't ask me. Oh, goodness. But I love this. Love it. And it was 25% off. And I got up to the cash register and she rang it up, and I thought, that's not what I figured up in my head. So I said, all of that's 25, because I could see a little bit of it that she had 25% off, but it looked like not on the whole thing. She said, oh no, just the new boo is all that's on sale. I said, well, your sign said all of it's on sale. And she said, well, I don't know about that. So she ran back there to check. She came back and apologized because all of it was supposed to be on sale. And Marina, hey, hon, thanks for being here. So glad you got here tonight. So glad each and every one of you got here tonight. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it so much when y'all come to my live and I get to talk with y'all. I've even calmed myself down a little bit. I still may be screaming at you and talking fast, but about 15 minutes ago, I couldn't get in touch with Mr. Knott, and I was like, he's going to come in the house and have something that went wrong, and he's going to be hollering, which he still might do. But I sent him a text and said, you remember that I'll be live tonight. So it's heavier, you found out, with tops, Julie. Okay. I've just, I guess the only thing that I have left that I made. What do you make? What do you like to make with bamboo? Well, I'm going to try to make, Terry, hey, welcome. I'm going to try to make either a top or a spring wrap or whatever I decide. You can make anything you want to with it, and because you can use it. It is a very nice yarn for spring and summertime. And I was going to try to make some kind of little top first, I believe, out of it, and see how I like it. And then, because I've got so much bamboo, I've got a whole shelf of the kobu, which is bamboo and cotton, which I love, and it's wonderful for summer. And then this is the 100% bamboo. And then, like I said, I've got bamboo from other different companies, and I've got some of the bamboo top pop. I'll get it out. Glenda said the bamboo pop, which is a universal yarn, I believe. I have some since last summer, and I haven't used it yet, but I like it too. It is a nice bamboo. I went over to Michael's, and my main thing to go to Michael's was for the new karenjmccaghren cakes that came out, because they had them on sale. It was buy two, get one free. So I go to the back of the store, and they've got all these karenjmccaghren cakes over there, and they didn't have any of the new cakes. And I sat there and said to myself, because Cam was looking at something else, I said, now, I looked to make sure that they had these cakes. I had looked just sometime in last week. I had not looked right before we got there. So about that time, Cam did come back there, and he was like, did you find anything? And I was like, my karenjmccaghren cakes are not here. And he was like, Nana, there's a whole wall of them. I said, no, that's not the ones I want. So he was like, well, isn't there something else you want to get? And I was just, no, I'm just so disappointed I don't have the karenjmccaghren cakes I wanted to get. So we decided to go on and just leave. And as we were walking out, about 2 or 3 rows up in the middle of, it was like a section that they had a big space between the side aisles there. It wasn't just out in the middle big row. Cam happened to look over, and he's like, Nana, is that what you want? So, I'm catching up. I saw 2 or 3. To make marine animals, Amarina. Yes, Cam is he's a wonderful enabler also. He picked it up. I did find some of the cotton ripple cakes. And these are the Light 3. They're 100% cotton, and they're machine washable and dryable. Oh, I was going to tell y'all on these about the washing instructions. I'm sorry. The Nubu is machine washable, lay flat to dry, and I think that's the True Boo too. Machine wash, cool, gentle cycle, and lay flat to dry is the True Boo. And the new boo is, it just don't say cool, it just says machine. Well, it says machine wash gentle. I would if I happen to ever wash anything in the machine, it's always cold and gentle, which I. Hey, Crystal. That's fine, never late here. Nancy, hello. Who else have I missed here? Y'all just have to holler at me again because I get to running my mouth about yarn and I just don't hush. But the Karenjmccaghren ripple cakes, I was telling you about those. It is machine washable. What did I say? And dryable. Yes, machine washable and dryable. And they are 100% cotton, and they are a light number 3. And where's the yardage? Right there. 491 yards, and the color I've got right here is copper rose. Isn't that pretty? Pastel Dreams, hey, come on in and welcome. You're lurking, that's just fine. Just love to have you here. And Lisa, Coping with Yarn, welcome, welcome. We were just looking at them and they were out of a lot of them. But Cam picked this up and he said, Nana, can I pick out one for you? I said, of course, hon. So this is what Cam picked out for me. I got 2 of those. And then I got 1 of these, which is the same, the cotton ripple. And the color here is blush. But this and this has this blush looking color all the way through it. And when you get them, that don't look like it goes together, but when you get them up here side by side, they do go together. So if I want to put them together, I can. Jen, hey, welcome, hon. And Kathleen, hello. Thank y'all for being here. Yeah, I really like them. They had a solid that's a copper color, but it's so dark that I didn't really want to. It's this real dark color in there, and I just didn't like that dark. So I got to looking at it and I said, that rose color goes with that. After I investigated a little bit here, and it does. They go together and I like them. So y'all know. Oh, well, great, Kathleen. I'm so glad you're here. Yes, Madonna, they are coming out with some beautiful colors for spring. Diana, have I missed you, hon? It's not actually a boucle, but it's kind of, y'all, what, how do you describe this yarn? It's the yarn where it's like a 1 strand of cotton, and then it's got a strand of it wrapped around it. It doesn't have the, if I could find the end of this, either way, it doesn't have all of the bumps. And now I don't know if they consider this a boucle because of the way, but if y'all, this is a thin, can y'all see that and tell anything about it? I can't hold it still for you. Cheryl, hey. Yeah, it's got the look, but it's not, I mean, I wouldn't consider, from what I consider boucle yarn, but it could be on the verge of almost being. Well, Cheryl, I'm so glad you're here, and Amanda Wright and Kathleen, y'all come on in. And Diana, thank y'all, all the ones that's been here. Thank y'all for being here. Everybody, I just love when all of y'all come. And I got 1 of these because I already have 2 of them. And the color, I don't think I told you the color. My nose started. Breezy Blue is this. It's a real pretty blue color. I really like it. And then I got one of these, which is the Clear View, and it's kind of a light aqua looking color. I really like it. I've already got some of that color that I got first time I went. And then Cam wanted me to have something to go with it. So we picked out this blue striped, and what's the color here? Summer Rain. But those work together, or those work together. The aqua looks a little better with it because it looks like the aqua stands out, but this does have a lot of the blue in it. It's got the darker blues, but it also has the lighter blues too. Laurel, no, the striped is, Marianne, what I'm considering marled is when like the one color strand and another color strand wrapped, whatever, they're twisted together, Marianne. But this, all of the solid colors, they're using the same color that's wrapped around it. So I don't know if that's considered that either. Some of y'all that know a little more of what they call yarns and the reason and what the different things are, y'all can maybe let us know. But it's 100% cotton and it's soft and I like it. And this to me in the cake is really soft, and I told y'all before, hey Linda, Quilty Crocheter, how are you tonight? I missed you at Dee's. Were you there and I just missed you, or? But I would make any type of top or shawl or anything like that. As far as wearables, it's soft enough to me that I don't think, and I'm sure after something's made with this and washed, it'd be really soft. I can't, someone had asked me to like compare the softness if I could with, you know, other yarns, and I can't compare it to like an acrylic and, you know, some of the soft yarns like that. But with cotton, this is not just your regular dishcloth cotton. This is a lot softer to me, and I would make any kind of wearable out of this, where some of the other, you know, 100% cottons I wouldn't. These are a light 3, so that makes them, you know, a little better for wearables. And then you could make anything else in the world you wanted to out of any of these. Just, you know, whatever you decided would be just fine. But that was my yarn haul. I just had a blast though. Mama Swift, is someone leaving? Now, I don't know if it shrinks or not. I would figure that it probably shrinks a little bit. Laura Lee, hello. Were you here earlier and I said hey to you, hon? Or did you just get here? It doesn't matter. I just wondered if I said hey to you. I would say that it had to shrink a little. You know, they've got things nowadays where they say that the shrinkage is so low and, you know, it does, things don't shrink. But I find out with you know, your stuff you buy ready made and all like that, that yeah, it does shrink. So I would think that yes, it had to shrink some, but now I don't know if you wash it and lay it flat to dry. Um, for the most part, all of my clothes, my crocheted stuff, and all of the ready to wear clothes that I buy, I always, a lot of them I machine wash, but I never dry my stuff in a dryer because years ago I never could find pants long enough, jeans and things like that. So I just started hanging up my clothes to dry because as soon as I threw a nice pair of jeans that I really liked in the dryer, then they shrunk up about that far. And that made them way too short for me. So uh, that started me back some 50 years ago, just drying my stuff hanging up. Uh, and I, you know, like I said, I would think that this had to shrink some. I don't know how much the shrinkage would be. We need to have every company needs to have a question. I mean, I know some company in their customer service, but there needs to be a question line where people can just ask the questions they need to ask about, um, you know, the yarns and all that we're buying. Your Michaels, Michelle, had none of the solid colors. Well, I was just really afraid when I got back there and saw that they actually had gotten out of all of, you know, and I don't know if they're holding back some or, you know, on here these say that it's limited time only. And I know they usually leave, you know, they have the yarn there for the season, but I wondered if it was going to be a shorter time of them having this out on the shelves, being that that was what was put on the label. And I have no idea if it actually means anything, you know, other than what they normally have it, or, you know, if it is going to be a shorter period of time that you can get it in stores and things like that. Sandra's asking, does anybody remember the metal pant? Uh, how did you, the pant stretchers that we hung on the clothesline? Yes, I never used those, but I remember a good friend of my mother's, her dad, I mean, her husband wore overalls, and he wasn't an old man, but wherever he worked, he wore overalls. And we'd go over there, and he had a pair every day, I guess, because she had a whole line full of his overalls with those metal frame things in them to stretch them out. Yes, Sandra, I hadn't thought about that in years. Hey, Lisa Ladybird, how are you tonight? Thanks so much for being here. Is Lisa coping with yarn leaving? Well, have a good night, hon, and thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it. Anybody else that's left, I'm sorry. Terry at Yarn Joy Podcast. How are you, sweetie? Thanks so much for being here. Your grandmother used those pant stretchers. You know, I never remember my grandmother using them, but like I said, my mother's friend, I remember going over there just several times, and she had the laundry out on the line, and she had those things to stretch out his pants. Oh, really, Cheryl? It's every time you go to put in an order, everything you pick is out. Oh no. And Sue, your dad had some of those, yeah. I mean, I that was a great idea. If I'd have had them with my jeans as a teenager, I sure would have used them. I should have at that time thought to tell my mother, hey, those are great ideas, because I took them out of the wash and I stretched my jeans out and I pulled and made sure that the length stayed long enough. And I did everything in the world to just make sure those jeans stayed right and the bell bottoms were wide enough. Because in that day and time, you had to have your jeans and they had to be long enough and the bell bottoms had to be big enough. Hey, Deborah, Crochet Life and Stuff with Deborah. Well, just come on in and be here just as long or as short a time as you need. Yarn Moods. Hey, and welcome. Thanks so much for coming by. Oh, really, Terry? You had to have a whooping cough shot? Well, I hadn't heard, but the grandbaby's going to be here next week. That's so neat. I just love babies. Oh, it's my arm hurt. I mean, it wasn't a bad hurt. It was just a sore hurt from my COVID shot. And after first day or two, I thought, oh, it's going to be fine. But it was just really sore. And when it quit hurting, when I picked up my arm, it kind of, I could feel it. I mean, it wasn't a bad tear. It was just something you noticed. And I noticed it more days than I thought I would. Sherry, hey, from Louisiana. Thanks for being here. Oh, that is common with the vaccine, the whooping cough vaccine, Madonna. Well, that's, I guess I had a whooping cough vaccine when I was little, and I don't remember. I've been having to have all of my vaccines, my flu shot every year and my pneumonia shot, however times you get that. And well, Terry, I'm so sorry that and I'm sorry, y'all that are trying to order stuff, that things are out when you are. And Mama Swift has been with her precious new grandbaby. I know she has loved being there. Now, how many of y'all have used this Loopy yarn? I'm gonna take these over tomorrow with Hazel. That's probably gonna be a disaster letting her, but I'm gonna take it over there and let her see it and just play with it. If she don't tear it up, she can be so rough with stuff. But she's pretty good with me though. If I tell her not to, bother things, or I take them away from her, she doesn't usually say very much. She might fuss a minute and then she's over and done with it. But I've never tried it before, and it kind of intimidates me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. If y'all didn't see this last week, it's the Sesame Street characters, and this is Elmo's eyes. And this is 100% polyester, and the loops are already there. And I saw a tutorial on YouTube doing them one time. I guess I'm going to have to find it again to make sure I get these done right. They're considered a Jumbo 7. Line Brand puts them out. I've got the Elmo eyes, and I've got the one with Elmo's mouth with his whole little faces there. And I'm going to make both of them, then put them together and make a pillow for Hazel. because she loves her Elmo. So she's going to have a pillow if I get them together. Or if I get them made, let's put it that way. Surely I'll know how to do that. You just put loops through loops, don't you? Hey, Gina, Crafty Grandma Gina, how are you tonight? And welcome, welcome. Brenda Young, hello. So glad you could be here. And who was talking about having their COVID shot? Oh, goodness. Viviana, well, my daughter-in-law got hers today. My two sons and one of my daughter-in-laws went and got theirs today. And about 3 or 4 minutes after it, my daughter-in-law started feeling really dizzy and really nauseated. So they had her to lay down for about 5 minutes. She got over it. You know, they said 5 minutes and she is back fine. But that's a little bit scary. I don't like to hear things like that, happening. But, there's those chances. So it can be a little scary. But it also can I catch myself when that just aggravates me to no end when I keep going, but it is scary and can be scary, and I hate it, but I think the only way we're going to be able to get. Terry, your mom got the Johnson & Johnson. I got the Johnson & Johnson too, so one shot and done. Samoa, hey, thanks for being here. And Elizabeth, hello. Things are mostly okay. Well, I hope if things are bad, they get better. I don't know, Sandra. Did he? I'll have to look it up and see about it. I didn't know that Mr. Bod did it, but I'm gonna have to look up something, I guess, because it don't really say a lot. Maybe on the inside of the, I hadn't took it off because I was afraid it would explode. And I don't really see anything. I hadn't noticed. I was looking at it one day last week and I just don't see a thing that it says about how to do it, but maybe on the inside label it's got some instructions or a diagram or something, I hope. But I'll look up somebody's tutorial. Oh yes, Becky, I was gonna message you the other day and I'm so terrible about not doing it and asking you if you had any problems with it. I'm glad you got your second one now. Esmeralda, hey, thanks for coming. Yeah, Miguel, he might. I forgot who I saw back. It's been some time ago that I saw someone do it, and it just interested me. They were, that was really back before any of this stuff came out. And I sat there and watched the whole video and didn't have any intentions of getting it, but it was interesting to watch them do it. So I'll find a video and, oh goodness, you can drop loops, Joyce? I'll have to be careful. I guess that might not work with Hazel. If I hadn't said hey to y'all, come back and you did, Christy? Well, that's, I felt all right. They actually, I don't know if it was just because it was the first shots that here in Georgia that were given out for the Johnson & Johnson. They made us wait 20 minutes instead of the 15 they had said in the online when we, signed up that it would be 15-minute wait afterwards, but she put the time down and she said, y'all gonna wait 20 minutes after there. So we were like, okay. And that's what we did. Hey, Kim, have I missed you? Have you been here? Well, welcome, welcome. It's getting a little stuffy here in my den right now. I don't have a fan nowhere to turn on. I don't know why it got up in the higher 70s today, but it got kind of a little bit clouded this afternoon. I hadn't looked at the temperature to see what. I think every afternoon this house mostly stays really cool until it gets real summertime and it's hot, and then it's really hot. But you can be in here in the spring and the fall and it warmed up like in the 70s and come in this house and you'd think you're back in the freeze zone or something, but it's warming up a little more today. Well, yes, I will have to look up a tutorial for this because I'm just not so sure about, unless they have some mighty good instructions in there. I'm just reading the chat here. Oh no, Lisa, did they make y'all, you said y'all were quarantined to this past weekend. Did you go ahead and get the vaccine that day, or did they make y'all wait about that? My chat stopped. Kelly, you're getting snow and we're down here in the high 70s. Oh, goodness. Goodness me. Judy, are you leaving? Well, thanks so much for being here. Deborah, you've had your windows up there. Genesis Yarn Creations, welcome. Have I said hey to you already, or if you... Y'all, I get behind and get lost and don't know, so y'all just... Right, Becky, this house will stay warm. Oh, right, Deborah, you're up in northeast Georgia. I'm over here in West Georgia. You're up in kind of in the mountain part, aren't you, Deborah? I forgot exactly where you said. Viviana, you're leaving now. Well, I hope you have a good night, and thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it so much. My chats are running different. Up here on the phone, I see it moving, and then it doesn't move down here on the computer. And then I have to wait and see what's going on because I can't read it. Oh, okay, off I-85. Well, you're on that side of Georgia, and I'm on this side. We're right off I-20. Missy, hey, thanks so much for being here. Well, Kelly, how is the cat, hon? I know you've had a hard time, and I hate it for you. I just hate it so bad. You're getting snow in Indiana, Joyce? Oh, my. Okay. Right, Kelly, we just hate that so much. Oh, before I forget about it, what Rose Cottage Studio that Dee told us about, what is her last name? Oh, okay, Kelly. Well, hopefully if he's eating, he'll start getting a little stronger. Crafty Bones, hey, have I missed you this whole time, hon? Cindy, hey. I saw Mama Swift say Cindy, and I thought, who in the world is she talking to? How are you doing, sweetheart? Thanks for coming. That's fine. Nobody's never late here. We just going on, talking about everything, just showing some yarn. I'm sure everybody's gotten or getting tired of seeing everybody with this yarn, but I love it. It's been out for a while now. Pat, hey, how are you doing, honey? Well, just thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Doesn't matter what time. Come at the beginning, come at the end, come by and say me hey, and y'all don't forget the thumbs. Glenda, you gotta go. Well, goodbye, and thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it so much. We're gonna wrap it up here in just a minute. Well, what are y'all's plans for the week real fast? And y'all got a lot of projects going on. I've got my blanket I should have finished. Keeping Hazel tomorrow. Probably tomorrow night I'll finish it because I don't get an awful lot of crocheting done when I'm staying with her. Appointments, Miguel. Did they ever tell you about your x-ray, hon? You message me about it if you don't want to talk about it. I just, things pop in my mind and I say it. Oh, Cindy, on Wednesday at 1 o'clock, you're going to have a tea party live. That's great. If I don't make it, I got a doctor's appointment sometime around there. I have to look it up and see. Maybe I can run in. Oh, it's going to be tomorrow till you see about it, Miguel. Well, don't you just hate to wait on doctors? You're sitting there on pins and needles and want to know what's going on, and they're like, going on vacation. Well, I get, yes, it is always hurry up and wait. That's the way it is, it seems like, with everything. Oh, yes, Joyce, it's working all week, is it? Christy, hey, hon. Well, every Monday at 6:30 my time, it's 5:30 your time. I don't know what time you get home, but I'm on. Love to have you anytime you get here, hon. Just thanks for coming. Hey, Suzanne. How are you? Oh, yes. I'm sorry, I'm just reading the chat. I miss it so much of the time. I guess I could read it out loud to everybody like a lot of people do, but then I'm just like, well, yes, we'll say our goodbyes and thank y'all so much for being here as always. I just love spending Monday evening with each and every one of you. For this little hour we have together, it means so much to me to see you all, and I appreciate you being here so very, very much. Y'all are always in my prayers, and I love you all. And y'all know what you got to do. Keep coming back because, good Lord willing, I'm going to be here. And thank y'all so much for being here tonight. And I really, really appreciate it. I always have to, on my camera, cutting these lives off are terrible. But love you all.